myself, I don't really care for it. I'm not really.
But I want to talk about this specific one, so I know exactly. And
What
there's no
specific one?
the specific instance that you can take Mentos and put it in a soda, in a 2 liter or whatever, and it would fizz up.
Yeah, I don't know that.
You don't. I
Nope.
don't. I know because I've seen it, and I'm confident in reality, and I've seen it all over the place. I'm not blindly
All right.
doing that.
Well,
I can. I can.
you know how everybody has a different level of proof. Like somebody could see a picture of something and believe it, or some people have to see it in
No.
real life and to believe it,
At the same
or
time, though,
to
to
know
make
it as a fact.
sure that I'm not crazy and
Like
delusional, and this all,
it's just like
you can test it
how
out.
like kids are like certain different
No,
like certain different.
no, it's not my no,
No,
no.
it's sort of like how kids are different. Like some adults, when they tell their kid to do something, they'll do it, and other kids won't do it.
No, I'm not like that. That's a bad example. You can't do that
It's a
with me.
pretty good example.
I have a very good way of telling whether something's real or not. And based on, it's not just that video, it's just like there's many videos here.
People have a different level of proof.
And then you Google it, right? You Google, okay,
People have a different level of proof.
no, and then you Google it and you're like, okay, well,
Not
does
everybody has the same level
Mentos,
of proof.
fizz when you put it in like in carbonated drinks? And then you have to say, well, maybe those people that made that fake video made this document, right? And then you see another document, like, well, they had to make this one too for me to be correct about the theory, the conspiracy of Mentos not actually, you know. So you start to think and like, well, why would anyone do this? This is like, this makes no sense. Is there some type of marketing thing here going on, which would make any sense? Like I couldn't even think of any reason at all that would make any sense. You could think of one, it wouldn't make sense though. So you think, and then you ask, you could go. Then okay, let's go further. Let's go ask my friends on Skype. Every one of them says yes. Some of them say they've done it. Some of them say they. So then, for me to have no confidence still, that means I don't believe in them. It means I don't believe in, and I believe, which means if you don't believe in them, that means they're probably lying or they're misinformed.
Well, no, it's just
So
not a
all of
good
them
idea.
have to be
It's
misinformed.
just
All of
like
them have to be
that's just
misinformed.
something that is like totally like stupid. Like
Yeah, you wouldn't,
like
but you
what do
don't.
I
But that's
lose? What do I lose? What do I lose by not
that.
believing
But I'm saying I'm
in
using this
dropping
example
Mentos?
because you specifically still don't have confidence if you were doing it
But
like that, which
it's
is
not like I'm
strange
gonna
to me.
go buy. It's not like I'm gonna go buy a Coke and if I can get some Mentos
But
and
what
do
you're
it.
saying now is disproved by is just totally useless by the fact that you still don't do it, still don't believe in it, or still don't know it because you have to do it yourself.
Doesn't matter if I believe it or not.
Like that's like saying that I don't know if that plane is actually working like that because I haven't examined it myself. It's a fake plane and it's a mirage and it's just like it's a hologram and those are not really people that booked up for the flight that I went to the airport to check if it's a real
I
flight.
mean, it's like when you go on a
Like
roller
this is
coaster.
all has to be a fake.
It's like when you go on a roller coaster. Like you don't believe, like you don't know it's not gonna fucking break. You just believe it.
What do you mean?
Because I
You
mean, like
believe
you've
it's gonna
seen
break?
people ride on roller coasters and everything's
Yeah,
fine,
but
but
that means there's a
you've
chance that it
seen,
could malfunction.
yeah,
There's a good reason that you're
yeah,
afraid.
but you
Yeah.
don't know
No,
it's
I
not
mean,
gonna break. You just
oh,
believe
I
it.
don't know. It could or could not, but I'm saying there's a
Yeah.
chance, and therefore I'm not going to take that risk. That's different.
So you're not gonna go on a roller coaster?
I don't see the need because the only point
Exactly.
is for fun.
I don't see any need to fucking put
Okay.
Mentos in Coke.
Nitro, you are misinformed. Totally, you just don't get it.
And you believe in science. Mm.
No, I used that
I can talk
example
shit too.
because I asked you specifically if you have confidence in that, and you said no because I have
You
to
have
perform
confidence
that
in
myself.
science.
Of course I do, 100%.
Okay, so you believe in science.
Science, not bad science. If it's proven to be false or somebody fucking around, they'll find that out.
I mean, like, did you believe Pluto was a planet?
It didn't. I mean, they can
Did you
classify as a
know? Did
planet.
you know Pluto was a planet? Did you
They
know it?
classify. That
So
doesn't.
you knew, so you
No, but
knew it,
that's
and then
they
they.
say it's a planet. Okay, great. That doesn't have any effect though. That's what I'm saying though.
Okay, yeah, exactly. And me not believing
No,
science has no effect.
no, it's different because
That
you
has no effect.
actually no.
I can be a perfectly fine functioning society, like
No,
fucking
but that's
system.
because it's so far away. Like you're like, and even if it wasn't classified as a planet, it's probably because it was just too small, so it doesn't even matter. Like you're worried about the labeling. That's the thing. This is different than the Mentos thing. I'm saying you don't actually
Labeling is very
believe.
important.
You're right, like
Science.
Poppy. You're right, but you're just arguing wrong. That's the problem.
I'm not arguing.
Depends on what you're talking about. Like they could say, oh, it's not a planet, and then you could go further and you'll understand why they didn't label it as a planet, because it's too small, or because it's just this and that. It's just too small to be classified as a planet. Because once something is too small, then that one means that everything could be a planet. If you're gonna label this something this small as a planet, that's probably why. Go Google it. Go Google it. This is why Google's there. You can't use that as a comparison to the Mentos thing, because there's actual videos. People have done it. Then you can Skype people and ask them if it's true. You can have all this technically real evidence, and then go do it yourself. And if you still have confidence before doing it yourself, then you have problems, because you should be able to determine whether this is actually an event based on the circumstances or based on the situation. There's no motive that this would be faked. So, and then on top of that, you have evidence, like you Google it, you Skype your friends, you call your mom. You know your mom really wouldn't lie, but they would lie in certain circumstances. That's why I said it depends on the circumstance. Why would your mom lie to you when you ask her, is it true, Mom? Have you ever seen anyone? Have you ever heard of Mentos fizzing in soda? She wouldn't lie to you. Like, why
How
would
do
she?
you know that?
What's the motive? Like, but what would the motive be? Obviously, your mom's gonna be straight up with you, right? In that
Maybe.
circumstance.
What if she's
Now,
a compulsive
if
liar?
she's gonna say it's a certain
Yeah, my mom
circumstance,
is a compulsive liar.
then yeah, that's a good. Yeah, you could say that. But what the? Then you could go on about other millions of others moms that aren't compulsive liars, and then they'll probably answer the same thing. But what I'm saying, or
Yeah, but I'm
answer,
not gonna go at. I'm not gonna go like be like. I'm not gonna ask my mom something and then go ask someone else's mom something.
yeah, but that's why you wouldn't, because you'd be able to tell right away. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. You'd be able to collect these
People
things.
lie to their children all the time and they go around
Yeah,
believing
but
things that
this
aren't
is
true.
what I'm saying. You have to really listen. Now, if you ask your mom whether you were adopted or something like that, then there's a different reason why she would lie. There is a chance and a motive based on that child's circumstance in his life or whatever they're going through. You see? There's no point
What if
if
they don't
you
want to
just.
buy you Mentos and Coke? So they're like, no, it's not real, or yes, it's real. That's a motive. You said there's a motive.
So, for that be, but then you ask many mothers and you ask many people you trust, and they would all have that same motive for some strange reason. They would lie to you. Like maybe the Mentos is actually the portal to the universe. Is that what it is? Is that maybe you're right? You see, this is how an intelligent mind determines reality and not. They can tell. I don't. Maybe that's the difference. Like there is no motive, reasonable motive, that if you ask your mom randomly, like now, if you mentioned to your mom a month ago that you're gonna suicide by taking Mentos, that would make sense as to why she would be like, I'm not gonna answer that. Don't buy Mentos. Okay, okay. By drinking soda and like pouring Mentos down your throat. If you mentioned that, but if you just randomly did that, like you just had sex with your girlfriend at a party, you came home, hey mom, and you could ask her in a way where you know she couldn't lie. You could say, I'm gonna be like, you could be smart. You'd be like, hey mom, I'm gonna drop some Mentos in this tub of soda. And if she reacts violently and says, no, don't do it, then it tells you there's a reaction. There's why would she act like that? You see? So there's clues. You could do it all kinds of intelligent ways to really find out. You don't have to ask them straight up. You could just, there's all kinds of ways to determine without actually doing it yourself. It depends on what the question depends on the search. Depends on the
No,
situation of what we're talking
it
So,
about.
depends
so,
on
so if
your
I go
level.
to a church, right, and I'm like, is God real? They're like, yeah, and then I just take the word for it,
That's what I'm saying. It depends
and
on
then
what the
they're
top.
doing experiments
No, no,
by
no. It
worshiping
depends on the
Him, and
topic.
then
It
blaming
depends
everything on
on what
them
you're talking
Yeah,
about.
they do experiments by looking at
by
the
This is
praying
Bible.
it.
why I
Yeah,
specifically
they go
stated to you
Exactly.
guys. This is
they go.
why I
We're not.
specifically.
I don't think we're going against your facts or whatever. I
Yeah,
think
but you wouldn't state
we're
that
just
if you
how
knew
do I
what I
put this?
said when I said there's a specific situation that you would do those things in. God, you can't. It's just a statement that someone said. He's real. You can't prove it at all. It's not like I can go and Google like I did with the Mentos thing. There's no way. You can't ask your mom and she'll just say, yeah, because she's probably religious too. Like,
If you go to the internet and
if
you go
you
look,
did
is
the
God
thing,
real?
what I'm saying is,
There's probably a
if
lot of
you
people
went
saying
through
yes.
the same process as the Mentos, you would find no evidence for God other than people telling you he's real and
According to
stories.
you.
No, you wouldn't. Do it. Give me
I'm gonna
proof.
look it up right
Give me
now,
video.
and I'm,
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
link you some
No,
bullshit.
no, 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 no. Listen. Listen
Is
to me
God
before.
real?
Listen before you do it. Anecdotes and stories, like that movie, doesn't count because those can be easily faked. Okay? You can easily make up the story and it never happened. Okay.
Does not exist here.
Now, if
It's
you're gonna
just
compare that with the Mentos videos, then you're retarded. It's totally different.
Yep.
It's totally different because there's
Uh,
multiple videos of Mentos. Then the Google says this, and then for you to believe that it had to be faked, and then your mom has to be lying. And then why did your mom react violently when you said you're gonna pour Mentos down in a tub of fucking soda? So how do you do all these type of experiments with God? You can't. He doesn't exist. That's the point. That's the answer to the question. He doesn't exist. That biblical God doesn't exist. Because if you went through the same process, all you would get is just stories and just opinions about how he's real. You don't actually have any evidence to where he's real or not. You wouldn't get any because he's not fucking real, which makes total sense. You can't get any evidence if he's
he's
not
not
real.
real to you.
He's not real to me.
Yep.
You're trolling.
No, because he's real to some people.
What do you mean by that? What level of reality are we talking about? In their brains? Like a fucking schizo?
It's in your brain. It's in your brain that he's
It's
not
in
real.
my brain what?
That he's not real.
No, it's part of reality that he's not
According to
real.
you.
So far, it's part of reality. What do you mean
According
according
to
to me?
according to you.
According to me? What do you mean? I'm gonna put this on Reddit if I can. This is gonna be hilarious. According to me, it's not.
Yeah.
He's not real because just because I said it, you can't do your own experiments. I just told you that if you did it, the same thing, the same process of doing any type, you would never find any proof for God. Solid evidence, not just some coincidence here and there, prayer. I mean, real evidence. Like if you saw him in front of you and he touched your dick, he sucked your dick, and you recorded it, then I'll believe you. But then I could say, well, what is that? That could be an actor,
But what
and
if
Jesus
somebody
got
said? What if somebody said that though? What if somebody said that he actually did do that?
what that God sucked his dick. Then
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's what you classify as a story slash anecdote, just as
Okay,
Nitro.
hearsay.
but
That's why
Uh,
hearsay doesn't count because anyone can just say that.
yeah,
No,
okay,
someone
but
said that
yeah,
and then they proved it. Then it
yeah,
doesn't
and you
matter
can
what they
say
say.
yeah, and you saying he doesn't exist is just your anecdote.
No, I have to tell you that through voice, yeah. But it's not just me saying that. I'm telling you that there's no evidence. Now, to say,
Hmm.
well, you're just saying that is not fair because you can go out and prove that there's no evidence. You can prove that there's no evidence
Uh
by
huh.
going out
there's
there.
evidence of Jesus Christ.
Where?
They buried him. I don't know. I'm telling
Who
them
said that?
documentary.
Documentary? You been talking about the Shadow Turin?
I don't know. It's one
You
of
know
the
where Turin
documentaries.
is?
They
Do you know
went
where
into
Turin?
the
Do you know where
shit.
Turin is? You don't even know where Turin is. It's in France. Fucking shit.
What does that matter?
Does it matter? That matters that just shows you didn't do any research in the documentary.
That's not what I
You would
said. All
know.
right, so you don't have to look into like what's in the Mentos, any research to know that
You don't
when you put
need
in the soda.
extensive research, you moron. You don't need extensive research into that.
Hey, then you
You'd
don't need extensive
question.
research to know that they found the quote unquote Jesus.
God. Like, seriously, they actually just watched that in the Shadow Turn.
Nitro, is it better to go flat armor for like a normal jungler or armor per level?
I don't know,
Don't.
man. You just kind of have to go whatever you believe.
Yeah, I was about to say. Don't believe him. He hasn't proven it to you yet. You know. Ignore the fact that
Wait, what
he's
were you talking about? I was just joking around.
No, like jungler, just flat armor.
Scaling is always gonna like I on some junglers I just use
Like, let's say Jarvan or Vi.
I just use I sometimes I'll use half flat and half scaling.
Yeah, but that's true
Yeah,
to you,
remember that.
Nitro. That's not true in general. That's true to you in your head, right? Just like how you said it's true to me.
Yeah,
It's
just
not
like
fact.
macro evolution and science
Uh,
and God and stuff. It's all in your head.
It's all in your, yeah. Well,
Because
macro evolution's
we live
all in
on
my
a
head.
planet where nobody can really prove their side of the story,
So you
100%.
have all these
So
transitional
that's why
fossils.
there's so many different opinions. That's why
And
there's so many
so,
different
have you
opinions across
ever,
the world.
okay, so
That's why there's
give
so
me
many different opinions across the world, and even some people in fucking in the science community still believe in reincarnation and stuff like that.
I love the people, like, for example, the platypus, for example, right? They talk
Hmm.
about living transitionals, and there's
We
one.
haven't proven that to be a transitional period, an animal in transition.
Well, it's a fuse between a mammal and a reptile, right? Its
You
characteristics.
think,
No, it actually does. It lays eggs, and it's a
think,
mam. It has born blood, so
you
it's
think,
not.
you
It's a
think,
mammal that lays eggs, so it's a
think,
transition.
think, 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 think.
Like a little kid. Well, I mean, go into it. I can go into it even more if you want me to. Perfect example. They'll always think of something as an excuse, like, "Oh, where's your transitional, huh?" Like, platypus is one of the
Like,
best.
where did it come from though? Like,
I'm gonna go into that shit. I have to go back watch the documentary
exactly,
again.
because you take it on faith. Exactly, you don't
So take it
fucking
on
know shit.
faith.
Dumb
So you
bitch.
telling me these people like haven't proven anything? They're just saying these
You
things
have
for no
no,
reason.
you
That's the
haven't proven it to
difference.
yourself.
No, there's a difference.
You have proven
When
it.
the
Yeah,
religious
you
people
have.
believe in
I'm
God, they
sorry.
have no one that has proven it. No
You
one
did
has
prove
proven
it
it.
to
No one
yourself.
has it documented. It's different than saying, "Oh, well, you're just believing in it." And like, if you would say that I believe it, I use that word as belief. Okay, I believe them. I take their word for it. But if I admitted that, which I can probably, then I have good reason. These people, for you to have that as the same level as religion, you'd have to be basically saying that these people are lying about it. That's the only way you would have these. It's not the same level because my belief is for good reasons. These guys
Uh
have
huh.
documented this stuff. There is no reason they would get away with
Mhm.
it, first off,
Uh huh.
because before they found hoaxes. And that's not a hoax because you can go and see the platypus in Australia or
Uh
whatever
huh.
the fuck it is.
Uh huh.
Okay? Oh no, you
Don't
don't
even
believe
know
me?
where it is.
You don't. Oh, Google it right now.
You don't know. See, you don't know
No,
nothing.
it's just like
You
no.
gotta go Google it. You
It
gotta go back to your
no
Bible. You gotta go to your Bible.
no because
You
it's
gotta.
different. It's different. No, it's different. No, it's
Bible.
different. It's different.
You
It's
gotta go
different.
to your Bible
I'm
and you
glad I
gotta go
recorded this.
look it
It's
up.
different. No, it's different. It's different. I have confidence in the Wikipedia.
In the Bible.
Wikipedia is open source. No, it's not a Bible. It has
To you,
facts
it
in it.
is.
That's the
To
problem.
you don't exactly listen.
No, yeah, they might have said the same thing, but that doesn't mean they're right, just like me. They don't. That is easy. You're getting confused here. Just because they say the same thing doesn't mean they're right. There's no facts in the
And that's
Bible.
exactly what a Christian would say. They'd be like, just
No,
because, just because.
we both state that there's facts. The only difference is that I can prove it and they can't. Do you get that now?
Man.
Do you get that now? I'm stating there's facts not because I want it to be true. I'm stating it because it is facts. I'm just stating it after the fact that it's a fact. Do you get that?
That has to be a fact. That fact.
Yeah, fact.
It's not. It's not. It's like people say you're just mad. That's why you're. No, I'm not. I'm
You
not.
sound
I'm
bad.
not. I'm not saying that because I'm mad. I am mad. That's why I'm saying. Well, actually, I'm saying it. It's like it's like when they suck. They suck. It's like they suck, and I say something bad, and they're like, "You're just saying that because you're mad." It's like, no, I'm saying it because I'm mad because you suck. That's why I'm saying it. It's not just I'm just saying it because I just want to for no reason. Like you don't get it. It's so opposite. It's like this is so fucked up. Like people think like that. Their thinking process, their IQ is just too low to even understand that. It's like, no, we're not here because of a purpose. We're just here because the planet was able to support life because of the consequences, the sunlight, and the fact that water doesn't freeze on here. At least most of the planet doesn't freeze water. A small portion. If most of the water is liquid, then we can survive. And then if it's not too cold, we can survive. If it's not too hot, and other
It was the
circumstances,
reverse. Is the
chemical
reverse.
composition. No, it's the Goldilocks zone. It's just the distance from the sun is just like that. People think that there's a purpose why we're here. No, the reason why we're here is because it's like the what's that thing where you pour milk on the sidewalk and like that little fucking what do you call that stuff that comes out? The little fungi that grows. It wasn't there was no purpose there. It was an accident, but it came about because the chemicals came about together by accident, and that's why it's growing there. Not because it was supposed to be there or there was a purpose. It's there just by chance, literally because of an accident, and the right chemicals and right stuff came together, and that's why it's growing there. The people think about it backwards. They think there's a purpose. It doesn't have to be a purpose. That doesn't mean you should kill yourself. We create our own purpose as human beings. We can create our own purpose. That doesn't mean you should just be depressed in your room and jack off all day to a fucking platypus or whatever the fuck you want to jack off to. Okay? Like people are confused when I say there's no purpose. That doesn't mean there's no purpose in your life. That means there was literally. It's not like the universe said, "Hey, there you go." It's not like that. It's just there. Now we'll find out why it's there or how it came about. And I can tell you that there's no big fat gray man up there that caused it.
How you
It
know?
wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't make sense.
To you.
It would just so be just yeah, to everyone that has a brain. Can you
Their
imagine
brain.
that? You imagine that? Now, if that's true, then I would just commit suicide right
I
there.
think
Like,
everyone has a brain.
ah, Yeah, but I don't know if they use it.
Yeah, they all use it. They have to use it.
Maybe for eating and shitting. That's it.
They're using it.
Like a vegetable. Like
Uh,
a fucking vegetable. Like in the hospital bed where you get in a coma and you just shit and you fucking eat. I don't even know if they eat. I think they have to feed them through a tube. You have to feed them through a tube. Yeah, their brain, part of their brain might be working, not all of it, not the important part. Shit, people are dumb, dude. They can't even understand. Oh, why are we here? What the fuck kind of question is that? Like, you don't understand. Like, it's just a dumb question to even ask. It doesn't have to be a reason. It just happened, and that's hard for people to
Scientists
understand.
ask that.
What?
Scientists ask why
Yeah,
we're
that
here.
humans ask that. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, when they ask that question, they're implying that God did it. When they say, "Why are we here?" Then there's a purpose. They're implying God did it. Now, when we ask it, we're really trying to find out what did it. Whether it's fucking Goofy or Mickey Mouse caused it, it don't matter. I'm saying we're trying to find the reason. They stop and they say God did it because they can't figure it out. That's the difference. All humans are curious when it comes to that. That's why they took advantage. That's why I believe religion was created in the beginning when they started figuring out that this type of fucking shit can fuck with people's heads. Now, I can't prove that. I'm just saying that would make sense as to why religion was used to control people. Because when humans are curious about the origins of when they were intelligent enough to question that, dogs obviously don't sit there, right, and wonder where the fuck God is. They can't because they just don't. Well, now I can't prove that, but it wouldn't make sense. You think dogs do that? Like
maybe.
maybe.
How would you know?
You're
Are you a
right.
dog?
Like I don't know. Like I don't know.
Exactly.
Like,
So shut up.
well, first off, they can hear us. Some dogs are smart. If they do,
They
if they do
respond to
that,
tones of voice.
couldn't they indicate that they do believe in God? Couldn't they give us some
They
type of sign?
respond. They respond to tones of
Why
voice.
why is it they don't open the Bible?
There's no
The
communication.
dogs can. Why? No, think about it. If this is true,
Maybe
why can't they open the Bible and start reading it? Have you ever seen a dog do
because
that?
they already know. They already know.
No, I'm saying they don't know. I'm saying why don't they contemplate like we do? If they did, they would
How
open
do
the
you
Bible
know that
up
they don't contemplate?
because there's
How
possible.
do you know that
No, because
how do you know that they don't know that they shouldn't interact with like they shouldn't worry about that kind of stuff?
well, that's a good point. That's just a theory. That's just your thing. You can't prove that.
Yeah, but you can't prove to the contrary either.
That's not fair to say though.
Yes, it is.
I can't prove, Nitro, that you're actually white, but you look black.
Yeah,
And
you can
everything about you, like you test it out and you wouldn't
you
show that you're
can
white,
take it to
but
a
you're
lab.
secretly white. Like that doesn't make no sense. Like you could say all kinds of stuff and say, well, you can't disprove that. That's just not fair. That's what I'm saying with the celestial teapot concept. It's just not fair to do that. You can think of on anything and say, well, you can't disprove it, so therefore it's possible.
Yep.
It's possible, okay, but to say that it's actually there and it's actually happening, that's not fair to say because you have to prove it first. To make a claim, you have to prove it.
Mhm.
If all you got is, oh, you can't disprove it, then shut the fuck up. Like, that's just terrible. Because you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
disprove that
yeah.
I have,
Shut up.
you can't, can you disprove that I have a 10-inch finger? You can't disprove that, can you?
Yeah, I can
How?
take your picture.
How? You haven't done that, so how can you
I have a
disprove it?
picture of you already.
No, you haven't seen my hands, though.
Yeah, your hands are out.
Oh, shit. Is it?
Yep. So there we go.
Wait, hold on, let me see the picture.
I
Well, but that, nope, nope, I only show my left hand in this one picture, so how do you know that it wasn't my right? I could tell you that. My right hand is 10 in, my hand
picture
is
that I
actually a
have
foot.
seen is both hands.
Where?
I've seen it.
No.
Yep.
Okay, how about like
You
my
can't
foot?
disprove that he hasn't seen it.
Yep.
Oh my god, this is stupid. How about my foot? You can't. I told you, like I could tell you. Well,
Well,
I have
I don't
my
care
foot is
about
actually
your
a
foot.
horse foot. My foot is actually a hoof,
I don't care about
and
your.
you can't
I don't
prove
care
it.
about.
So therefore, it's true.
I
That's
don't care. Okay,
stupid, man. An
that's
idiot would
fine.
do that.
That's
So
fine. I
you
don't care about
believe
your
me.
feet
So you
though.
believe me. So
I don't not believe you, and I don't.
you what? What? Oh my god, I'm glad I heard this worded. So you don't not believe me. So you think it's possible to actually have a horse foot right now?
Yeah, I don't not believe you, and
That right
I
now, I
don't believe
just
you.
made it up,
I
and you'll
don't.
believe
Yeah,
me.
I don't either. I don't believe you, and
You don't have enough. You're
I
not
don't
confident
care.
enough to say that I'm full of shit.
I
That's what
do
I'm
not
saying.
care.
No, no, no. It's not about caring. I'm asking, you're not confident enough to say I'm full of shit and prove it. You can't say that. You can't say
I don't
bullshit, prove
care. I
it.
don't care
Are
enough
you?
to
How
say
about
that.
you, Poppy? Are you confident enough to say bullshit, prove it?
I don't care enough.
Bullshit,
He
prove
does.
it.
He doesn't care
He's
enough.
still like, Man, you guys are wow. You guys are dumb.
He doesn't care enough.
Holy shit. He said, I'm saying if I claim to have a horse foot right now and it had like scabs and shit on it and it was brown colored, I described in detail all this bullshit.
I don't care. Do you
And I
care?
told you, Poppy, that the how I got it was that last night some 10-inch man crawled up my ass, right? Okay, and he came out my mouth and he said, "Now you have horse feet, hooray!" In my dream. But then I tell you, it wasn't just a dream. It was me porting to another dimension. You can't disprove that, and you also can't disprove the foot that I say I have, the
And I
horse
wouldn't
foot.
care. I don't care.
Like seriously.
How do you do that? I don't care. Now what?
Hold on 1 second.
I don't care. Now what,
Take a
motherfucker?
piss, bro.
Motherfucker, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do now? You got no thing.
Oh shit! Hold on. What's up, man? What's going on? What's up? I didn't
I
hear
was
because
saying
I just
disprove that now.
disprove what?
I was saying
Disprove.
disprove how much I care.
It's like that's not the point.
Yeah, that's the point. I don't care. What are
I,
you gonna do?
yeah,
What are you
but
gonna
I
do?
was just
What are you
gonna
gonna do? What are
believe
you gonna
you.
do to somebody? What are you
I
gonna do
just
to
believe
somebody?
you.
No, no. What are you gonna do to somebody when they try to teach when you try to teach them science and they say I don't care, and you try to teach
Well,
them the
then
Bible and they
that
say I don't
sucks.
care?
They try
Like
to teach in the
you think it
Bible.
really matters to them? Like that's why I like me and Gumby is because we don't give a fuck. We don't give
No,
a fuck about what you
it's
say.
not about whether
You
you
know,
care
we don't give a
science.
fuck about science. We don't give a fuck about
You
religion.
don't?
We don't give a fuck about nothing. Nope. We don't give a fuck.
You don't care about science?
Nope.
You don't value science?
Nope.
You don't value it?
Nope.
So you don't think it's important?
Nope.
So the scientific method is not important.
Nope. I don't give a fuck about science.
So you
And
think we'd be better off without it? You
I
think we'd be
dropped out
better
of
off
high
without
school. I
it?
dropped out of high school, and I don't
No
give a fuck
wonder.
about science. And I'm gonna be a millionaire because that's how the world works.
So you don't think it benefits us to have science?
You could learn science and get hit by a bus next week.
So the whole race is going to be extinct because one person get hit by a bus? That's the reason why we shouldn't learn science? Are you really this dumb?
No,
Because
I'm just
we
saying. I'm just
shouldn't learn
saying that.
science
I'm
because
just saying that.
you're
I'm just saying that if I spent my whole life learning about science, I would never. I would still die.
what the fuck? Dude, it's about the survival of the race, dude. It's not just about you.
Okay.
Okay. What the fuck? So you agree with that?
No,
Doesn't care. Just
yeah.
said it like 100 times.
It's just
Okay, great.
like
But we're
Not hard.
talking.
Not a day. Like hard theory to get
I'm
through your
I'm
head.
I'm amazed by the fact that you guys are not confident enough to call my bullshit about the
I mean, like
horse
if you
foot.
care so much
The
about
foot.
science and it's so important to you and it's so important to you about the longevity of the fucking human race, then why don't you go learn science and teach it to people for free?
Well, I've been telling people about stuff, so technically I haven't been giving them lessons. Yeah,
No,
about the
no, no,
information I've
no,
given.
no,
Yeah.
no, no,
No,
no,
now in an institution, no.
no, 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 no,
In the
no, no,
institute,
no.
in the institution, no.
You go learn scientific stuff, right? And then you do experiments to people. You do experiments and you teach them about it because you care about the longevity of the fucking human race. So since you care so much about the longevity,
No,
then why don't you give
because
facts
there's
to
other
people
scientists that have
and teach
done
them?
pretty much the stuff I talk about, most of it, at least
Yeah,
most of it.
and you're lazy. That's what you are.
No,
You're
well,
just a
most
you, you
that
don't no
doesn't
no
mean
no
it.
no.
No, no, no,
You
no.
what have you done in your life that's actually worth anything?
Worth anything? I've actually what I think is worth discussing and making a blog and actually trying to help people and abolish religion. That's what I think is
So
worth
that's the
it.
most important thing you've done in your life
I
is
think
make a
that's one of
blog.
the most important things to do in this time. Yeah. So I think
Make a
that's important.
blog.
Well, I
Make a
haven't
blog.
updated it recently.
Make a blog.
I haven't updated it recently. But it's
Make a
just there's no
blog.
traffic, so there's no point. But what I'm saying is I post on Facebook. So
Facebook. Facebook's
yeah,
important.
I've posted many posts on I've made it many posts on Facebook.
Facebook's important now.
It's not Facebook, it's just the medium I use. What the hell?
Facebook is important.
What do you mean by Facebook is? I just told you Facebook is what I used to make posts and comment on videos that are stupid or good videos of science or stupid videos of religion. Some people will
Man,
comment, most people don't. I know a few of the friends that I know on Facebook actually started coming out as an atheist, which is a good thing. So I feel that rate is slow, but at least it's something. Like if I can convert people into understanding science, that's great. Like that's great. Because this type of mentality where you don't even have enough when you don't have enough confidence in reality to call out that I have I'm bullshitting about the horse hoof.
I don't care about the horse hoof.
No, I don't want to know if you care. I want to know if you actually are confident enough to call my bullshit.
I don't care enough to call your bullshit.
You're no, can you? No, I want to know if that answer is actually you saying I know you don't have a horse hoof or you just
I don't care if you do or if you don't.
no, I you understand my point of doing this.
I don't
Because I'm
understand your
trying to
point.
figure out if there's like some type of confusion with reality here with people. Like they're not living in reality. Like you have to understand and like, be able to like determine whether something's true or not, if you can, or determine whether it's most likely true or not, or determine whether it's bullshit or not, or whether
I
it's
don't.
most likely bullshit or not. There's ways to do
I
that.
don't care.
I mean, I asked Poppy like, you don't even. He said when I asked him, "Are you confident enough to call?" And he said like he was
Yeah,
thinking
he had to
about it.
think about. He had to think
So
about how
you're
many.
basically saying it's
You know, no,
possible that I had one just
he had to
now.
think about how many fucks he gave.
No, you actually think it's possible for me to have a horse hoof. That's based on what I'm. That's basically what I'm thinking right
I
now.
mean, he's
The way
right
you
here. He
answered,
can just tell you.
huh?
He can just tell you how many fucks he gives.
He's not answering. I don't know where he went.
Because he doesn't care.
It's not, you're always worried about this care part. Like it's not. I don't care about you telling me whether you care or not.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't care.
actually
I don't care
asking for an
about
answer.
science. I don't care about religion. Shut the fuck up.
Damn, you're gonna get. Boy, I tell you what.
I don't care about the. I'll show you. I'll show you science. I'll give you facts after I beat you in game.
Wow,
That's what I care about.
you suck, dude. Like this is terrible. Just don't. You actually just you literally said that out. You don't care about science.
Nope.
So don't you don't care about what about the benefits and the products of science and what we get what we reap from
I leave
science.
that. I leave that. I leave that to people who care about it.
So you should basically abandon almost everything that comes from technology, even the clothing you have.
No, I'm gonna
No,
abandon
you
being.
should.
Oh no, I'm
No,
gonna
you should.
abandon being a scientist.
You
Cause I don't. I
you
don't live my
couldn't
life.
be with your mentality. You cannot be.
Yes, I could.
You would be the exact type of person that gets
I
a
could be.
degree.
I could be a scientist. I could be a scientist. All I have to do
No,
is read.
you could
No,
be a
no, no, no.
scientist, but you'd
Yeah,
be a
no, no,
bad one.
no, no. I wouldn't. I
Yes, you
go. I go.
would.
No, I go read my. I go read my Bible. I mean the science book. And right. And I go read that, and then I do everything it says to the T, and then I'll be a good scientist. If I just read it and do exactly what it says right there,
No, you
just
have to
like the Christians
understand
do.
science. It's a type of thinking, and that's just used as your medium. It's just used to get your facts. Like facts that have been proven. We know these are real. It's information that it's data. That's all it is. You just get your data, but your processing is different. Like, you
No,
don't get it. It's not like we just read it blindly and that's it. It's not how it works. Like, there's a difference. Like you're basically the reason why I'm arguing about this is because you're basically labeling science as the same thing as dogmatic bullshit that religion people believe in. It's
to
different.
me it is. Yeah.
No, because it's different. It's different.
No.
You don't get indoctrinated with science. This is not how it
Yes, you
works.
do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. You get indoctrinated every time you go to school, and you get graded on your science.
That's education. That's not indoctrination.
Yeah, you call it education, and why is science a
Education.
part of education?
Indoctrination is different.
Why is science a
Indoctrination is
part of it?
telling you this, and that, and you have no fucking way
Yeah,
of proving
exactly.
it.
You're trying to tell me that like when I put water, just man, just
Exactly. You don't
full
even
of
know your
shit.
chemicals and shit. You don't even know your fucking elements and shit.
No, no, I was gonna go into it, but it's not worth it. It's just you go read your Bible.
You don't even know nothing. Like,
You go read your Bible. Go read
you
your
don't
Bible.
even know the three parts of an atom. You bet you don't even know that. You better Google
I
that
don't
shit.
care. I don't
You
care.
don't even know, do
I
you?
bet you do. I bet you don't know what
What?
runes are best on Diana.
Who the fuck cares? It's a video
Hey,
game.
exactly. Who the fuck cares? It's science, and it's not
I
my
could go
job.
find that out
That's
too.
not my job.
Same reason you should. That's the same answer you should have gave.
That's
But
not
you
my
won't go
job.
find out because you don't care enough
Yup,
about science.
exactly.
So you're telling me
You
you're
hit it
putting
right. You hit
yeah,
it right on the
and
nose.
here's where I
You hit
beat
it
you.
right on the
Here's where
nose.
I beat you. You're putting a video game like Diana in the same realm as science.
Yup.
That's terrible.
Uh huh.
As the same level.
If you care about science so much, then why don't you go be a scientist? Oh wait, you can't.
What do you mean I can't?
You
I'd definitely
can't.
be better than you.
You can't.
I'm saying that it's more valuable than whatever the hell you believe in.
You can't. No, it's not. That's your
What do
opinion.
you believe in? I don't even know what you believe
That's
in.
that's your opinion.
You're an agnostic, most likely,
I ain't
because you
no
said you don't know
agnostic.
either way. You are an agnostic.
I ain't
That's what
no
an
agnostic.
agnostic. You are. You're afraid.
I
Why are you
ain't.
afraid of
I
labeling?
ain't.
It's
I
not
ain't no
bad. Like,
agnostic.
well, it's bad and depending on what
I
it
ain't
is.
no goddamn agnostic.
Shut up. You don't believe? Do you believe in the biblical God?
Nope.
Okay. Do you believe in science?
Nope.
Do you believe in reality?
Yep.
Okay. So you're an agnostic.
Nope.
Yes, that's what agnostic is. Is the person that doesn't really claim either way. That's what an exact. That's the definition of an agnostic. He doesn't know either way. He doesn't know for sure either way.
Nope.
That's an agnostic. You're neutral. You're
Nope.
sitting on the fence.
I ain't
That's
neutral.
exactly
I ain't
what.
neutral.
You see how I said that?
I ain't
Exactly.
neutral.
Exactly.
I ain't neutral.
Agnostic. It's just we use that word to describe what you're doing, what you are. You are being neutral. That's agnostic. Doesn't claim either way, is not sure either way, probably not educated in science enough, and therefore he's halfway. Whereas if he was educated, he'd be like, oh, well, I guess I'm an atheist now, basically. I don't believe in that bullshit. So there you are. And it's not a bad labeling. Like people think, oh, you're an atheist now, you're bad. No, it's bad. I'd rather not have the labeling, but it's what everyone is aware of. Everyone acknowledges that that labeling is whatever it is. So I use that as basically just so people know what the hell I'm talking about. That's the only reason why. But that's gonna be a good how long has this been?
Probably an
27
hour.
minutes. I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna record again, make another segment.